Hello? Oh, hi, George. How's it going in St. Petersburg? Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, everything's going all right here, you know. My life's a bit boring at the moment. Yeah, I just celebrated my wedding anniversary yesterday, and I mean, our marriage is going okay, I guess, but it's just a bit lackluster, you know. It's just a bit lackluster. What can you expect after being married for 25 years? It's just part of life, eh? Oh, hey, George, just see some people spying on me. I gotta run. I'll call you later, okay? All right, bye. Hey guys, I didn't see you spying on me there. Is anybody else spying on me? Or is it just you guys spying on me? I can't trust you guys always spying on me. Well, I just told my friend George that my marriage is just a bit lackluster. Do you know what lackluster means? Lackluster means dull, not exciting. Okay, so if your marriage is lackluster, that means your marriage is not exciting, boring, just kind of dull. Okay, so that's what that means, lackluster. Have you ever heard that word? Smash like if you've never heard that word. It's a good word to use. I would say it's an advanced word to use to describe something that is just a bit lifeless. You know, if something is lifeless, it just kind of, you know, you can see the expression on my face, right? Just kind of boring, kind of dull, you know. Now you can use this word to describe physical objects. Okay, for example, a person's eyes, right? You can describe someone's eyes as lackluster. You can say, yeah, you know, that person has lackluster eyes, right? So that means their eyes are kind of just dull, a little bit lifeless. You know, sometimes people's eyes are full of life. Sometimes people's eyes just look a bit dull. So that's not a good thing to tell someone if you were to tell someone, hey, your eyes are lackluster. You have lackluster eyes, right? That would be kind of an insult. So it's probably better not to describe someone's eyes as lackluster. But you can describe physical things with that word. But you can also describe non-physical things. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say a company has been not doing great. You know, mostly companies are trying to grow. Companies are trying to increase their profits or increase their sales or something, right? Let's say a company's performance is just kind of, you know, like that. Well, then you could describe the company's performance as lackluster. You can say, yeah, the company has had a lackluster performance this year. Okay, or I'll give you another example. You know, when I was a kid, I loved watching soccer, especially Brazil. Brazil, man, watching Brazil was so exciting. They were my favorite team. You know, they just played with such flair. You know what flair means? Flair means excitement. You know, did you watch Brazilian soccer, you know, back in like the 1998 World Cup or the 2002 World Cup? Man, with those players like Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos, Romario, all those guys, they were just so exciting, you know. And now when I watch the Brazilian soccer team, to be honest, I just kind of get the feeling that it's just kind of a bit lackluster. You know, the past few years, it's just kind of been, you know, nothing to write home about. You know, I taught you guys that idiom in my last lesson. Nothing to write home about. My hat is not doing its job. There. It's a very bright sun there. Can you see that? Yeah, so if something is nothing to write home about, right? Like I told you guys in my last lesson, it's just a little bit, you know, nothing exciting, right? There's nothing important to say. So yeah, when I watch Brazil, they used to play with such flair, but now their performance is a bit lackluster. You know, do you remember the game against Germany in 2014 where Germany just walloped them? Walloped? Walloped means like it just spanked, or walloped. Those words mean just like punished them, destroyed them, right? 7-1. And so you could say yeah, the Brazilian national team put on a lackluster display. A lackluster display. That's what the commentator, right? The person who's calling the match, right? If someone calls the match, that means they're commentating on it, right? Oh, look, he's passed it across to Bebeto Romario. Oh, he scores. Okay, that person's the commentator and he's calling the match. Okay, so the person calling the match could say, it was a lackluster display. The Brazilians put on a lackluster display. Okay, so I'm hoping personally, I still love Brazil. I love their, you know, when you love something as a kid, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to forget about it, right? They would just play with such like passion, and you know, they weren't afraid to do tricks and like play with flair, right? So that's what flair means. So that's a good example of something, you know, that's not a physical. We're not talking about eyes. We're talking about the performance of a team or a company or something like that. So you can use this in, you know, a bunch of different ways in English, this word. So just remember, it always has the same meaning. It means it's a bit dull, drab. Have you ever heard that before? Drab. The word drab, yeah, it just means dull. You know, if you describe the weather as drab, I mean, this weather is not drab. We've got the beautiful sun. But imagine if it's just like raining all the time, which it does here in BC in the winter. So the next few months, it's just going to start raining more and more and more. And then you could say, yeah, the weather is a bit drab. It's just kind of dull, not exciting. I guess you could probably describe a color as drab. If a color is drab, it's kind of like, you know, not really exciting. Like, look at this grass here. Okay, look at that grass over there. It's nice and green, right? Kind of a nice, vivid, vibrant green. Well, this grass just looks a bit drab. Looks a bit drab, to be honest. It's kind of dead and brown, not exciting, right? So lackluster. Now another thing I want to mention about the word lackluster is the spelling. Okay, you can either spell it with R-E at the end or E-R. Now that's a regional difference thing, you know, like for so many things in English, there's the British spelling and the American spelling, right? Now, in most of these kind of cases, the Canadian spelling follows the British spelling. Okay, so we spell like a word like center, C-E-N-T-R-E, not E-R. I mean, if you spell it E-R in Canada, everybody will know what you mean anyway. So, but lackluster. Okay, so in the US, they spell it E-R. In Canada, I think, and in British English, they spell it R-E. Man, that's sun is so bright. Does it bother you guys if I put my hand up here like this to block the sun? Hopefully it doesn't bother you. Or what if I face this way? Is that better? I don't know. Leave your comments down there. Give me some feedback. Would you rather have me face toward the sun or face away from the sun? What's your answer? Give me your feedback down there, guys. So I think that's all I wanted to cover. The spelling is different. You choose whatever you want. English spelling is a bit of a nightmare. I don't care, whatever you put in your comments. If you spell it R-E-E-R, same difference. It doesn't really matter to me. And we covered the meaning. So it means something that is like, if we're talking about the physical, something physical like grass, right? If the grass is lackluster, right, then it would be just a bit dull, lifeless. If a marriage is lackluster, it means the marriage is kind of boring, not exciting. If we're talking about the performance of a company or a sports team as lackluster, right, then it's all the same meaning. Okay, so remember, this word is an adjective, so very often it comes like before a noun. So you could say it's the team put on a lackluster display, or the company's performance was lackluster. So then in that case, right, the lackluster describes the word company, performance. Company's performance was lackluster. Or the company, you know, they had a lackluster performance last year. Okay, you could say something like that. All right, so hope you guys aren't lackluster today. Hope you're not in a lackluster mood. Let me know. What's is your life kind of lackluster at the moment? Or is your life exciting? Is it full of flair? I hope your life is full of flair, guys. But let me know. Give me an example of the word lackluster down in the comments, and I'll try to tell you guys if it's a right use of the word or if it's a bit unnatural. You know, sometimes in English you don't really know until you use a word. Sometimes you just try to use a new word and then ask native English speakers for feedback. Say, hey, can you tell me in this situation, I'm trying to use this word. Is this word, does it fit here, or is it a bit unnatural? You know, and then the person will say, oh yeah, it's actually it's a bit unnatural here, or yeah, that's perfect fit there. Okay, so I'll try to do that for you guys down in the comments. If you leave your example of lackluster, tell me something that's lackluster in your life. Hopefully there's nothing really lackluster though. And well, guys, just enjoying beautiful day here. Like I said, beautiful sun, not many clouds, and came back to this park again today. I think my routine is a bit lackluster. I always come to the same place. Last video, when I called my friend Ninchi in Indonesia, remember? Or she called me, I can't remember. And then I taught you guys the idiom nothing to write home about, right? So if there's nothing to write home about, also I was gonna give an example in that video that I forgot. Imagine you're at a restaurant, okay? You go to a restaurant and it's not great, you know. The food is all right, the service is all right, it's nothing great. And your friend asks you, hey, how was that restaurant? You went to the new restaurant last night, how was it? You could say, it was nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. It means it was just, it's all right, nothing special, nothing too interesting, nothing important, right? So that's another meaning of that that idiom, nothing to write home about. So yeah, these are kind of two idioms back to back that I taught you to kind of describe something that's a bit dull, right? A bit boring, you know, no life. And so hope you guys can use these idioms or this vocabulary to kind of expand your range of English, right? It's good to expand your range, like learn more idioms, more phrasal verbs, get better at this, that, you know, try to push the limits a bit. So thank you guys so much for your support, whether you're living in St. Petersburg or whether you're living in Timbuktu, who knows, wherever you are. I love you guys so much. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching. And I always appreciate you guys' support, comments, likes, words of encouragement. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are really the best subscribers and friends. More than subscribers, you guys are my friends. So thank you for being such great friends. And as always, I'll wish you all the best. I'll bid you farewell for now. And I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.